So if you guys haven't heard, Title Update 10.1 came out and there was some rework to the shield build. So if you guys don't know, the new Foundry set got a small tweak where you have to rework some of your shield builds if you were running it before. But if you run it the way I'm running it right here, you're probably going to take advantage of the most damage you can get out of it. And if you want to run it a different way, the most survivability. But before we dive into the build itself, before I break it down for you like every build video I do, I wanted to talk to you guys about the sponsor of this video, who I am partnered with, Advanced GC, which have some of the best tasting energy products out there right now. Now, what I love about them is that they are 100% transparent with everything that is in their product. So when you look at the back label, there will never be any type of blends. It will tell you exactly what's in there. So if you ever have any questions or you're unsure what the product has in it, well, you can always look it up. And if you go to the very top of the website, there's a tab that is transparency, and they go over the main ingredients that are in every single one of their products in detail, just so you don't feel unsure about what you're taking. Two of my favorite items are the Focus and the Energy. I don't drink any coffee, so these are great substitutes for me, and they give me that energy boost that I need throughout the day when I do feel kind of like sluggish. I'll just take either Energy or Focus and be right back in the game. And don't forget to use skills on checkout to get 10% off. But enough about that. Let's get into the build, right? Because the build is what allows you to tank almost anything. I'm just getting shot from all over and just taking it, right? You can see that I do take a little bit of damage when I'm getting hit, but I'm able to back up, regain myself, and my shield hardly gets hit at all. But if we get into the build, you'll notice that I am running a 4-piece Foundry gear set. So it's a new gear set. I'm running 1 yellow piece and 1 exotic piece. Now you can swap this out. You can swap out that exotic piece for another piece, and we'll explain in just a second. But overall, my armor is going to be around 1.6 million. My health around 310,000. And I am running 5 blues, 1 yellow, plus I get another skill tier yellow because of the technician, which I do like running too, because it does allow me to get that skill repair around 35% from my hive skill, or 40% depending on how I run it. Now I run the Liberty with all of my shield builds probably like 95% of the time. I do like the Liberty because it does come with damage targets out of cover on there, but it also has this talent called Liberty or Death. Hits grant 2% weapon damage, stacks up to 30 times, so that could be up to 60% extra weapon damage. And then headshots consume the stacks, repairing your shield for 3% per stack. So it's definitely a really good pistol to run with any type of shield build because you're helping yourself. Now, I am running the Foundry 4-piece. So the 2-piece gives me that 10% total armor. 3-piece gives me 1% armor regeneration. This changed in 10.1. And then we get 50% shield health, which is new in 10.1. And the 4 pieces really makes this build, right? Because whenever you or your shield takes damage, 20% of that amount is repaired to both over 15 seconds. But we actually bump this up. Instead of 20%, we get this to 30%. And then we cut down the time from 15 seconds to 10 seconds. And that's because of the chest and backpack talent. So I will be running the chest and backpack. For the mask, armor, hazard protection. Some of you might want to put armor regeneration, which you'll see that I put a couple pieces with that. But I feel with the chest piece and the backpack talent, you don't have to have too much of that. So hazard protection might be a better move. Explosive resistance, I'll let you guys decide. Now for the mods, I'd recommend something like maybe protection from elites, maybe some burn resistance if you really want to have some more hazard protection for burning, but that's up to you. Now for the chest, we are running the chest piece and we have armor on here. I wrote some more hazard protection, and then we're going to put more protection from elites on there. Like I said, I'll let you decide what mods you want to put. Now the chest piece is what's really good, is because it's going to increase makeshift, right? So it's going to go from 20% to 30%. So we're going to get 30% that incoming healing, right? That's what's really cool about that. Now the RNK holster got a huge buff. Now it gives you 50% shield health versus 10%. Probably the best in slot for shield if you're trying to get that shield health right, because nothing else is going to give you that 50%. And then we rolled armor regeneration on there, and then we have 1 skill tier. So remember, we have 5 blues, 1 skill tier, plus we get the 1 from the technician, which helps out with the repair. Now, for the knee pads, this is where you're going to be able to swap out depending how you want to run your build. I like running the Sawyer knee pads because it has armor, explosive resistance, but I really love it because of stand your ground. You cannot be staggered while you cannot be staggered by explosions. So that means if nades are coming in, you're not going to get staggered. So that means that when you get staggered, you can take incoming damage, but I'm not going to even feel it. Now, it also increases total weapon damage by 3% each second you are not moving. Stacks up to 10 times, which means you can have up to 30% extra damage standing still. And then if you do move, well, you have 10 seconds to still use that damage before it goes away. I like it. I think especially with the shield build, you can stand still. You can take all that damage and then just keep unloading on enemies. Now, if you don't want to run the Sawyer knee pads, you can definitely run the Foundry knee pads. And then on the mask, that's where you could go more offensive and you can run this punch drunk mask. You can see I have weapon damage on here. I have headshot damage, so I'll gain pistol damage from the DNH, that 20%. Plus, I'll gain headshot damage. I can put a headshot damage mod on there, and I'm getting that 50% weapon damage. So you do gain a lot of damage based on this, but you lose a little bit of that survivability from running the exotic knee pads. I'll let you decide how you guys want to run this, whether you want to run it with the punch drunk mask or you want to run it with the exotic knee pads. They both work really well, and they both have survivability at the end of the day. Now, I do run the Foundry gloves, which have armor and armor regeneration, like I told you. Now, there are the Motherly Love gloves that I see people tend to put on here, but I don't really like them anymore because, look, they're only giving you 10% skill health. And right now, I can have my shield health at either 16 million or 17 million with the gloves. But I noticed even at 16 million, I wasn't even losing 25% of the shield health. It was just surviving everything that was getting thrown at me. So the extra 1 million, do you really need it? Can you spec that into something like the exotic gloves or even go with the punch drunk mask? Trade-offs right there, right? I just think those are a little bit better. For the backpack, we have armor, hazard protection again, another protection from elites on here. And then the backpack, remember, it's gonna reduce the makeshift repairs from 15 seconds to 10 seconds. So that means I'm gonna be healing every 10 seconds. You know, I really like that. I like having this chest piece that's giving me 30%. It's improving the makeshift repair by 30%, cutting down the time. Now, you do want to run the technician class because you do want to run the artificer hive, and that's going to give you healing, just having it on your backpack for your shield. And then, of course, you want to go with the bulwark shield, which is going to be at 16 million health. Now, if you put the Motherly Love gloves, they'll be at 17 million health, but you're going to lose a lot of damage from the mask. And like I told you, I really wasn't suffering any type of damage. Like, I really wasn't getting hurt at all. I was taking more damage if I got shot from my back. But the shield itself, even taking a lot of damage, I was almost always at 75% full shield health, right? So even when I was taking nades, you see how I wasn't stumbling? So that's why I tell you, if you want to run the exotic knee pads over the punch drunk mask, I cleared out a level 4 control point, a heroic control point with all directives with this and had no issues at all. And I wasn't running the punch drunk mask. I was running exotic knee pads. So it's really up to you if you guys want to run a tank build where you can just tank stuff and just go through stuff. It's going to survive. There shouldn't be anything that drops you. And if you want to be a little bit more on the offensive side, that's where you would swap out the mask itself. So if you do put the punch drunk mask on, right? If we look at the shield itself, it's still going to be at 16 million. So I didn't lose anything in there. And then the artificer, the only reason it's at 40 skill repair is because I do have skill repair on, repair skills on one piece. So if you want to run repair skills on one of the pieces, it can help you in the long run. But I think having hazard protection or having armor regeneration is definitely going to be a little bit better for you. But yeah, that's just an option for you guys. If you guys want to run the DNH mask, if you guys want to run that instead of running the exotic knee pads, you can. I think both of them work really good. Just that you can have a little bit more survivability with the exotic knee pads. You're going to have about 1 million more base armor on you, and then you're never going to get staggered, but you definitely have way more damage running the DNH punch drunk name mask. So let me know how you guys plan on running it. If you guys even plan on running this type of build. I think that tank builds are always fun to run, especially if you're running solo and you're just tired of running skill builds. The skill builds can get a little bit boring, right? DPS builds can get a little bit boring. So always having a different arsenal of builds. And shield builds are great for tanking stuff, right? Standing in front of your teammates and just tanking stuff. Now, you won't be giving your teammates any type of support with like Perfect Vanguard but you'll be able to last and take those hits and just be able to tank in front of enemies and let your teammates put out that damage. So it's really up to you. Let me know how you guys are gonna run it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, comment section. I'll see you in the next one. Nothing But Skills is out.